Hi students, I am Prashant B. Chandran, Assistant Professor, Automobile Engineering Department, SN80 Adoor. Welcome to my new video. In this video, I am teaching you about shielded metal arc welding and submerged arc welding. Okay, these are portions from our 6th module of manufacturing technology. First of all, shielded metal arc welding. Okay, let us go to the diagram. First of all, have an introduction. Just have an introduction about the shielded metal arc welding, or SMAW. This is shielded metal arc welding is an arc welding process where the coalescence is produced by heating the workpiece with an electric arc setup between a flux coated electrode and the workpiece. And here the electrode is flux coated. Okay, this is the most popularly used arc welding process, and about 50% of industrial and maintenance welding is done by this process. Here the consumable electrode is in the shape of thin sticks, and hence it got the name as stick welding also. Other names of this process are manual metal arc welding and flux shielded metal arc welding. Okay, you can see this shielded metal arc welding process in this diagram. Here the workpiece is kept on a metallic table, or the workpiece itself is connected to one of the leads of the power source. Okay, the other lead is connected to the electrode holder into which the electrode is placed. The lead means the electric supply. Okay, the electrode is then moved towards the workpiece to initiate an arc. That is, to provide an arc, the electrode is moved towards the workpiece. Immediately it is slightly withdrawn to keep a constant length of the arc. That is, if the electrode makes an arc, then at that time immediately we should remove slightly this electrode holder, okay, to maintain that arc. A high current with a smaller arc length produces intense heat. That is, a very high current with a very smaller arc length, which will produce a lot of heat. The arc will melt the end of electrode and the workpiece. Okay, due to this heat, the end of the rod and the workpiece get melted. Droplets of metal are transferred through the arc and deposit along the joint. Okay, the molten metal at the joint and these droplets of metal together forms a weld pool at the joint. The flux coating also melts and produces a gaseous shield around the weld region and a molten slag to cover the molten metal, weld metal. Okay. Okay. The edges of the workpiece can be cleared before welding to remove rust, scales, grease, paint, and other foreign matters, etc. Butt joints with single V, double V, single U, and double U are used in this type of welding process. Other type of joints like lap, corner, T, etc. are also possible in this type of welding. Though the flat portion is the best, overhead and vertical portions can also be done by using this type of welding. The electrode used is always much similar in composition to the base metal. Okay, the size of electrode varies from 2.5 to 9.5 mm in diameter and 250 to 450 mm in length. These are specifications of commonly used electrodes. Okay, the electrode coatings contain cellulose mixed with oxides and carbonated bonded together by a silicate binder. Okay, these are the constituents of electrode. Typical voltages used ranges from 15 to 45 volt and currents in the range of 30 to 300 ampere. Okay. The power parameters are selected based on the type of base metal, electrode size and depth of weld penetration required. Okay. Then submerged arc welding. Okay. In the submerged arc welding or SAW, instead of a flux coated electrode, a continuous bare electrode and granular fluxes are used. Flux which are in shape of granules are used here. The arc between the electrode and the job is the heat source where is submerged under a blanket of the granular flux. Okay. Here the granular flux acts as a covering in which the weld get submerged. The heat of arc melts the electrode and the flux near to it. The molten flux acts as a shield for the molten metal. Okay. This is a diagram for a submerged arc welding. The weld region including the end of electrode is completely under the cover of granular flux. That is why this type of welding is called submerged arc welding. This cover prevents sparks, spatter and radiation of heat as in the other arc welding process. Okay, these are the advantages of submerged arc welding over other processes. When the electrode is brought closer to base metal, the arc is initiated. The heat thus generated will melt the electrode and some portion of granular flux. The molten flux is electrically conductive and it helps maintain the arc. Here, the solid granular flux in the outer layer is non-conductive and acts as a protective barrier or coating. The electrode together with the hopper and the vacuum system are moved slowly in the direction of weld at a predetermined speed. Okay. The weld area is completely shielded by the granular flux from outside. This ensures low cooling of the weld metal and a high quality weld with good ductility and toughness is obtained. Heat loss to the atmosphere is very limited because of this coating. It is submerging. The power source used may be AC or DC with constant current or constant voltage. Typical ranges of current is 300 ampere to 2000 ampere with a voltage rating of 440 volt. When higher current is used, depth of penetration and deposition rate also increases. For thicker plates, higher currents are used. Electrode diameter is usually in the range of 1.5 mm to 10 mm. Okay. Increasing the electrode diameter with the same current and arc length leads to reduced depth of penetration. Okay. Thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day.